Throughout the Gospels, Jesus often healed people instantly. He spoke a word, and they were healed. He touched someone once, and they were made whole. So why did Jesus lead this blind man away from everyone else and then touch his eyes twice? Today's verse of the day says, "They came to Bethsaida, and some people brought a blind man and begged Jesus to touch him. He took the blind man by the hand and led him outside the village. When he had spit on the man's eyes and put his hands on him, Jesus asked, 'Do you see anything?' He looked up and said, 'I see people. They look like trees walking around.' Once more, Jesus put his hands on the man's eyes. Then his eyes were opened. His sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly. This miracle is unique. Jesus had the authority to heal the man instantly. He could have simply spoken the words, 'Be healed,' and the man would have seen immediately. Instead, he took him by the hand. He led him away from the crowd, away from the familiar, away from the noise. Then he healed him in a way that caused the man to depend completely on him. Sometimes, God does the same thing with us. There are seasons when he leads us away from what is comfortable and familiar. We may not understand why relationships change, doors close, or our surroundings shift, but what feels like isolation may actually be preparation. Jesus wasn't distancing the blind man to abandon him. He was positioning him for healing. Imagine the trust that blind man had to have. He couldn't see where Jesus was leading him. He simply held onto his hand and followed. That is the very definition of faith. Sometimes we call it blind faith, and that's exactly what God asks of us today. We don't always see the destination. We don't always understand the process, but we trust the one who is leading us. Notice something else. After the first touch, the man's vision was only partial. "I see people. They look like trees walking around." Then Jesus touched him again, and his sight became completely clear. This reminds us that God's work in our lives is often a process: healing, restoration, spiritual growth, freedom. Sometimes they happen instantly, other times they happen one step at a time. The important thing is that Jesus never stopped working until the man's healing was complete. And he won't stop working in your life either. When God leads you into unfamiliar places, don't assume you've been forgotten. You may be exactly where he wants you to be. He's preparing your testimony. He's strengthening your faith. And when his work is complete, he will receive all the glory.